Listen vision, listen vision. DC's #1 recording studio.
All right.
Hey.
Welcome to the Swerv Show.
All right.
What's today?
What is today?
The 16th, May 16th.
Yes, the 16th.
Welcome back, everyone. So we've got Yarde Noir, our editor-in-chief, here with us.
Hey, Narday.
Hi.
And then we've got the one and only Tony Nelson here.
The one and only.
All duded up. Isn't this beautiful jacket?
Well, thank you.
Is this my size?
No, you have a muscle. It fits up a nice muscle shirt.
I can squeeze into it. Okay. All right. Anyway, welcome. You know, we've got a great show. We've got joining us is the one and only Michael Beal.
Yes, Michael. Welcome.
Yes. And he's going to come up and join us on the main stage in a minute after we go through a couple of things. But we wanted to welcome Michael. And Michael is he's an entrepreneur, but he's also like a socialite.
A socialite.
So we're going to explore that. He's a Renaissance man. He's a man about town.
All right.
Okay. So
I'll take that.
we'll talk about that. So we heard, our May-June issue is hot off the presses, and it should be hitting the streets around the country. Can we show that image real quick? Oh, we've got the one and only Mustang. Doesn't he look gorgeous? Look at that body.
Yes, you do.
And it's a great issue, and he's been posting it online, and he's gotten a great response because what it does, it talks about his life, now that he's moving on from adult films, and then having, there's a couple incidents that he cites where some people really won't let him move past that as he's
tough.
Pursuing his acting career, and he's a personal trainer. So, and he's going to be in D.C. for D.C. Black Pride, and so he'll be signing at our table. So if you're in town, please come by. So anyway,
he's a nice guy.
Oh yeah, he's very nice.
He's a
Very nice.
sweetheart.
Yes,
He really
yes,
is a nice guy.
Can't wait to see him again. Anyway. And so we'll keep it moving. Is there anything I want to check in with our folks? Who do I check in with first? Let me check in with your day. What are you doing besides the recent inauguration?
Yay! So it's official. I am now officially sworn in as the president for UDC Community College.
That's University District of Columbia, so people know.
University District of Columbia Community College. I am officially the president of student government there.
I'm so proud of you, man.
I'm so excited about this new year and some of the things that I have planned. So that's one thing that's going on. I have a whole bunch of other stuff in the works.
A plethora.
Did they give you a budget? Do you have a budget?
We do actually.
Ooh, let's spend that budget, baby.
Student government does get a budget, but we're not Howard, so.
No, but it's your budget, and Tony and I got some ideas.
I sure do.
So
I saw some shoes I wanted.
So I'm excited about that.
We're gonna be on campus all year long.
On a personal level, I have. So this summer I don't have any classes. I decided. Well, not that I decided, but there are no classes offered for my major this summer.
And your major is?
My major is graphic design.
Okay.
So the two classes that are offered for my department, I've already taken one. The other one I don't need. So this summer I have decided that I'm going to work on a plethora of things for your day. So
and don't forget the stuff you're going to do for Swerv, Lord.
Swerv been around for 10 years. Y'all already know y'all got me.
Y'all.
So
it's us.
Okay. Everybody know I'm a part of Swerv.
He is Swerv.
That is not it. And so, but I have a plethora of things that I've had on hold for a while that I said I wanted to do, and this summer is going to be the summer that those things come to fruition. So I'm just going to tell everybody to be ready,
all right,
and be prepared.
We'll be there to support you,
and be prepared to get you some.
Because
it's coming.
You better stop, because Racine throws that out
Racine,
her mouth.
Racine.
Hi, Racine.
For the record,
Racine.
For the record, Racine stole Get You Some. She stole it from me.
Well, she didn't technically steal it from you because she credits you.
She references you.
She credits you when she says
she does
it.
say. She says your name. She says your
Now,
name real. I give her the stink eye.
Right. Now, when I say skits, I don't credit her. But so I stole that. But
or suffer. So that's what. Okay.
So,
let's stop talking about
before we
Racine.
move the
Yes, we got to move on.
I do have a domain name. It is getyousomeonline.com. It is already established.
Okay.
It takes
and
you
that's
to
get you letter.
the letter U, GET, the letter U, SOME, online.com.
Okay.
It takes you to my, right now, it takes you to my Facebook, Get You Some with Yarde.
Oh, I didn't know
page.
that.
Yes.
Good deal. Tony, what's going on with you? I know you got the lipstick.
I have a lot of things going on.
Okay.
But
Oh, that's right. You're hosting all the Pride
I'm
stuff.
hosting all the Pride stuff. But, last Saturday, was it Saturday? I was in Norfolk. I had the honor of co-emceeing and being a co-comedian with the legendary Flame Monroe in Norfolk, Virginia.
Yes, I saw the
Okay.
pictures.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know
okay.
Flame Monroe is
I'm new
a
to the game.
legend.
Really?
And she made her big debut. She was like the first transgender woman on
BET.
BET Def Comedy Jam.
Yeah.
And then
Oh, I remember her.
Yeah.
I do.
And her and Adele Givens had a big
Yes.
thing.
Yeah.
So she and I hosted an event together.
Oh, wow.
This past Saturday. And coming up for Pride Weekend, I have, of course, Strong J's Lipstick Review at the legendary Miss
And we got to
Henry.
be there. I
Y'all
got to
need
be
to
there.
come, and I'm going to be there with my favorite co-host, Maxine Blue, will be in town.
Oh,
She'll be back in-
Maxine.
she'll be
Yes,
back in
Hallelujah.
and then after that, we're going to go to, before that, I'm going to be at Nat Stadium for Darryl Wilson's.
Which day is that on? Because is that the one that
That's on Sunday.
is that the one that Tank and not
what
Tank?
Tank-
I'm sorry, Genuine.
But I heard rumor. Mm-hmm. I heard rumor.
Him and Tank gonna do a gay duet.
I heard rumor. Well, not that. not that, but I heard rumor.
I'm sorry,
And-
a male duet.
Yes. And then, so I'm hosting that event, and then
A
I'm coming
shade.
back and I'm hosting
We can't be lovers.
on Monday at the
Shade.
Fort DuPont Park.
Are you? You're hosting.
Yeah, of course
Okay,
I am.
I'm there. I'm definitely gonna be at the party.
I have been named as Darryl Wilson's official MC.
All right, go ahead.
Come
talk
on, you
about
better.
You know how
I can't wait. I'm there.
You know how I do that. But I have
Are
to
we
tell
on
Michael
the list? Are we on the VIP?
You are on the list. But I have
We
to tell
just go up
Michael
and
Bill
flash
this.
your name.
I have to tell Michael Bill this because he doesn't have Facebook, so he can't follow along. Someone
Michael,
said Michael Bill is serving face.
He is serving face. He is.
Can you go so we can see?
Oh, here. Oh, wait a minute. What did I do?
Thank
have
you,
my
whoever
device
said
today.
that.
All
I
right,
didn't
so-
pay them.
So we
Racine
gotta
said
keep
that.
it. We gotta keep it
Racine,
moving.
you're a sweetheart.
Hey, Racine.
Let me
Hey,
see. Let me see.
Racine.
What am
I just,
doing
by the
here?
way, I just saw Racine. I just came from the LGBT domestic violence spoken word
was that great?
situation that was sponsored by the DC Center. It was
Oh,
absolutely
okay.
amazing. It was my first time going.
Oh.
Racine did a wonderful job.
I'm
emceeing,
sure.
as she
Congratulations,
always
Racine.
does. And it is something, if you are in the DC metropolitan
and
area. and it comes up.
Tamisha Iman is on
Tamisha
here.
Iman, you know we love you,
My
Tamisha.
favorite legend.
Tamisha's writing the ballroom. I mean, not the ballroom. The Royal Court
Court.
column for our July issue.
Yes.
So we're excited about
Tamisha
that
Iman
again,
is my.
too.
I'm serious. She doesn't know this, but she is my all-time. There's a lot of legendary
Yes.
entertainers. She's my favorite.
Oh, I can't. If she's your favorite, I can't wait.
She's my
I can't wait to
favorite.
see her in action.
Oh no, you need to know. Like she's like iconic.
Oh,
Like
you're
she's
iconic.
iconic.
She's
is
beyond
one of-
iconic.
She's one of the major boy transformation.
And can I
queens
just tell you?
from Atlanta?
Can I- can I just tell you
We're
she-
gonna bring her on the show.
Yes.
We
She
gotta bring
needs
her
to be on the show, and she's fine as a boy and beautiful as a girl.
Baby, ain't she fine as a
One of
boy?
them. You
Will, you is sexy. Let's go, amen.
Will you get 2 for 1 with you? Okay, now we know. Okay, all right. Then we got to keep it moving, y'all. We got some news items to get to. So, Spelman College
What's happening
has
there?
its first trans male student graduate. Do we have that image, Jacob?
Oh.
Believe it or not. What's her name? Here, what's his
Her
name?
name. I mean, his name. I'm sorry.
Keo Chad O'Neill just graduated. He enrolled in Spelman as a freshman, left and came back, transitioned. And then transitioned and is now graduated.
Work.
Because they changed their policy about a year or so ago.
Okay.
Where they were allowing transgender students who were transitioning.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
That's a big deal.
Exactly.
That's
It's a
huge.
big- it's a big. So there was a woman. She was a woman when she got there, and she was in the process of transitioning. They permitted that, but I think what they have not determined is if they are willing to enroll a male student who then transitions while they're there. I don't think they would do that. They would have to
interesting.
transition first
They will have to transition.
to become a female.
And you
then
know what?
first.
Call me blonde, but I just really got the importance of. I was because
it's
Spelman's
Spelman,
all.
right.
I got
Right.
it. I got it. I
Spelman
got it.
College.
I got it.
On all women's.
Has Morehouse had a trans man yet?
A who?
A trans man or trans woman?
Well, that would be a trans.
A trans man or trans woman.
That's a good question. I don't think so, and
Because
I don't know what
if
their
it's
policy
a trans man,
is.
then the question is, can they enroll as a male?
Right,
And then
right.
the question, and that's why I asked either or, because or if they are a man who transitions to female,
Right.
That's why I asked the question.
Well,
have they
other
ever had it?
universities have been more progressive in their policies around it.
Right.
The HBCUs have really been lagging.
Well,
and Spelman was really the first one that really had to deal with it effectively.
Well, I really wanted
because
to
they
say,
all same genders.
I do want to say for the record that UDC is extremely trans friendly and LGBT friendly, and they really do, and I'm not just saying this because I go there. They really do make an asserted effort to make sure that those who are transgender and those who are LGBT, part of the LGBT community, feel a place, a safe haven. Like they are really serious about it, and so I am very proud to be a member or to be a student at UDC.
Good deal, good deal.
Yeah, and you're the president. You
You
could do more.
Yes, we are. We're about to make it pop.
And put me on that budget.
Snap, crackle, pop.
To get me in that budget, boo.
Racine says, "Is this being sponsored?" No, it is not.
Absolutely.
But I needed
Thank you, Racine.
But we want to pitch them on it. So, and I need some caffeine bad. So anyway, let's keep it moving. So, gay conversion therapy is now illegal in Maryland. I don't have an image for that.
Good.
It's illegal.
Good.
And I didn't know that any jurisdiction still had that on the record. I thought we had moved past that years ago. And if someone chooses to have gay conversion therapy, is there a such thing? Can you be converted? I mean, that was the whole thing, that it was causing depression in some people. It had psychological damages from people trying to move from something that is organic, and it's impossible. You can repress it, but
Mike Pence did it.
Actually, I don't think he's converted yet.
You don't.
So I think he's just living on the down low.
And since we are talking about,
no more White House visits for us.
Since we are talking about,
I'll give him 4 years.
Hold on, before you move.
Come on, we got to move because we got lots.
Hold on, before you move. Since we're talking about that, I just want to recognize that I am wearing green once again this week.
Yes,
for Mental Health Awareness
Can I have my
Month.
Coke again, please?
Absolutely not, because they need to give us some money.
Okay.
Well, Mental Health Week needs to give us some money too.
Mental
Health
health
month.
awareness.
Right.
It is about the improvement of our community and the importance of maintaining a good mental health.
And I'm hoping that this opportunity is leveraged in our community so we can open up dialogue around it, because we need some healing.
Hold on. Bennett College was the first HBCU to have policy. Yes, there have been trans women at Morehouse.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And they just accepted a trans man who created the first trans man web series, Eaton's Garden.
Oh, well, good to know. Thank you.
Come on, Morehouse.
What is that?
Come on,
TJ. Thank you for that.
Come on, Bennett.
We always
come on, Bennett College.
Bennett College is
go ahead, Bennett.
It's in Columbia. That's where Sylvia's daughter graduated.
Columbia, South Carolina. All right.
Correct, right?
The South is very progressive. Okay, let's keep it moving.
Are they?
So we got one other thing.
Hey,
of
no
course, I'm beating this I'm beating this drum till it doesn't stop. Stacey Abrams is running for governor of New York. I mean, of Georgia. Of Georgia. And election day is May 22nd. So, folks, please go out and register and vote. Make sure our voice gets heard in that. Okay?
Yes, I want to go back. This is Trinice. Hey, Trinice.
Hey,
that's
Trinice.
who that is. Trinice. Also, by the way, Trinice
You're
she is. Speaking of UDC is starting a multicultural diversity center, and Trinice is going to be she's the founding
Trinice is
director.
fabulous.
And Trinice will be coming onto the show. We will have her on the show.
Yes, Trinice.
Relatively soon.
We can't wait for you to come on.
So
you're enlightening us already.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So let's keep it moving. Now we're going to go to our What's Hot section, and some people call it the hot seat, but we can
call it What's Hot.
All right.
What's hot?
And there is a new trailer, a new documentary out on Whitney Houston.
Come on, let's watch this so we can talk about this.
Can we run that trailer?
Come on, play
all
the
right, let's
trailer.
hit it. Let's hit it. All right. See, they beating up on me already.
Ain't nobody beating up on you. You got time.
Can I have my Coke, please?
Why we not on screen?
Yeah.
I hope they allow us to show
This was
this.
back.
Boys,
This is the
I
approach
go
about
so
the
like
family.
that.
You miss something if you don't see her live.
were times when I would look
she was
to God and I go, why is this happening to me?
She was full then too.
I come from a family of singers.
My mom, she was a little tough on Whitney because she knew what Whitney had.
There were always lots of secrets. You don't often deal with things.
What time are we at? 10:16. Is that her brother?
Yeah, that's her brother. That's the
Tell me that Robin
That's the one that's married to his shady
Robin
wife.
was her
That was the manager.
safety net. Bobby was jealous. His heart was, he wanted to be on the stage. He wanted to be in the forefront.
Robin?
And eventually, she stepped down to lift him up.
People think it's so easy, and it's not.
You got class, you got something on the ride.
Now, one thing, Paul Abdul ain't shit. That girl is singing off key on the record.
I don't really need to look.
Why didn't Sissy do more? What was Whitney's drug of choice? What was it that drove them apart? How much do you think you spent? Did John ever try and get rid of Robin? Were they in love?
Can't run from myself. There's no way.
You must have known about the drug use.
I never knew there was any addiction.
Do you think she understood herself?
I had fun, and that's all that matters.
Hearing her sing the Star Spangled Banner, she made people proud that they were Americans.
Don't you dare walk away from me.
I love you, Whitney.
I have nothing.
She was beautiful.
I'm singing music from my heart.
Hot.
If I don't have you.
Well, I mean that looks amazing to me. Yarde has a comment about it, but
No, I just
and that showed at Cannes, so that's going to be in theaters in July.
First, I'm going to say that I'm interested in seeing it. I am very interested in seeing it. However, I do know that this is the one that was approved by the family.
So it's going to be a little bit.
So it's going to be slightly biased.
Because there was one before. I know
Right.
Showtime
The other
ran
one that was done on Showtime was brilliantly done. It was
wow!
absolutely.
I haven't seen it.
It was brilliantly done, and it was told by the people who was on tour with her who knew her best.
And it emphasized it included her relationship with Robin.
It should. Well, you know this is going to edit it. That
Oh,
out.
you know they're going to cut all that out.
You know, Miss Cece, Miss
And you know-
And
Sissy.
Robin is happily married to a cute
she
woman
is.
with children.
She is.
Miss Sissy going to take that all out.
Well, Sissy's in it, so right. Yeah.
It's the one that was approved by
I
the
think Miss-
translation. It was the one that was approved by Sissy.
But like I said before, we're going to hold judgment until we actually see it.
Yeah, I am. Again, I'm waiting to see it because I want to see. I want to see how they're going to approach the Bobby thing, because
Well,
you know
saw she was reading it right.
right, and that's my point. That a lot of times, you know, I think Bobby Brown had his demons, but I think that he always got the bad rep.
I do too.
That Whitney was she was the reason.
A drug addict
right,
because of him.
and it's been
Well,
notoriously known.
She's
that
a Jersey girl, so
Right.
she grew up in
Exactly.
it. Right.
And I'm interested in seeing how they're going to spin that angle. There's a
Right.
couple of angles.
Well, he's
interested
in the
seeing how-
documentary too.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
but that
he's-
don't mean nothing.
Oh, like they get his live testimony.
yeah,
in?
they showed
Yeah,
it.
they showed him.
Oh, well,
But-
then this is so edited, but yeah.
Right, but that's what I mean. That don't matter.
Well,
because
true.
baby, what happens in the editing room floor?
Well,
True.
all right. So look out for that in
Well,
theaters
she was
in
a
July.
great. She was a great.
Oh
Vocalist.
yeah, Whitney's
The-
definitely a wonderful singer.
the
Definitely.
great vocalist.
Okay, all right. Let's keep it moving. And so there are a couple. Everybody's getting engaged or married. So Taraji P Henson has gotten engaged to former NFL player Kelvin Hayden. Do we have that image? Ooh, good work, girl. He's a cutie. I ain't mad
Baby,
at you.
yes, Taraji.
Right.
He
Move
fine.
over, let mama have some.
He fine or whatever.
And she's holding on awfully tight, ain't she?
Yeah.
So
Go ahead,
shout out-
Taraji.
shout out
And I hear
Taraji.
that he is younger than her.
Is
Oh.
he? Yeah, but I can see that. I can see
And
I
they
ain't
say
mad
he's
at
got
her.
more money than she does. They say he really saved all
Which
his
is-
NFL money.
which is good. That
That's
means she
great.
got a good man.
I'm just happy for her.
I'm extremely happy for
Me
the DC
too.
native.
Can
Come
we
on,
come
shout
to the
out.
wedding?
Come on.
I want to come
Shout
to the
out.
wedding. So anyway,
Shout
congratulations to Raj. You can't wait to see those wedding pictures. Okay, now so another one of our Swerve family has gotten engaged, and it was all over entertainment television.
Yes.
Karamo
Hey,
Brown
Lenny.
has gotten engaged to producer Ian Jordan.
Congratulations,
so go ahead,
Karamo.
Look at him. Look at him.
Taraji did better. Child. No shame. I mean,
Ooh, that's my friend. Now, you know,
He's a nice guy.
They've
He's a
been
cutie.
dating for a long time.
Yes, but he's such a cutie pie.
Oh yeah, isn't he beautiful? He's beautiful, and his star has just risen.
Oh,
Well,
I mean, he's hosting everything now.
Well, I love the Queer Eye.
And you know, I've only seen like one episode.
I
of
sat
it.
watched the whole.
I did too. I
Michael,
binge
you don't
watched
have
the
anything
whole
to say
season.
about Queer Eye? You don't have anything to say?
You know, I haven't seen the new. I should be ashamed to say this, but I haven't actually seen
on
the
Netflix.
new. I know it's on Netflix, so and I have Netflix.
So we
I have
need
no
to do a
excuse.
binge.
It's really good.
It's really
okay, so I'm gonna
good.
have to binge, and you invite me back and then ask me my opinion.
Let's do that. We're gonna
Okay.
do that. We're
And,
gonna
and
hold
let
you
me
to that.
let me tell you the reason why I think it's really good. I think that sometimes when you try to do a reboot of something that was so, because no shade, Queer Eye was iconic when it came out. It
Right.
really broke the mold.
Who was the star of it? The main guy. What was his name?
Carson Kressley.
Yes, Carson
Right.
Kressley. Right.
When you try to do a reboot, sometimes a reboot can fall flat on its face because
Yes, it
something
can.
was so
Yes, it
iconic.
can.
The way that they brought this back and refreshed it,
And they zhuzhed it
they
up.
zhuzhed it up. It was very well done. I was very pleased.
It was a couple episodes that I had a tear.
a tear.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It's
touching.
really good.
But you know what I didn't understand is I thought Karamo was the style person. They said
No,
he's
he's
like
the-
the life coach.
He's the life
lifestyle.
coach. He's a spiritualist.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah,
He
he's
gives
more
it-
like lifestyle and self-esteem builder. And
Yes,
that's
he-
kind of
he's-
what he
and
does.
And he's wonderful.
And he's good at it.
And I was joking about his partner. He's wonderful on the show.
Yeah, and actually, he graced our cover. We told his story. You know, he raised a child that he didn't know he had.
And then
he was on the reality show Real World.
Real World,
And
yes.
the girl alerted. You know, she informed him, "Hey, you know, I had your child,
Right.
unbeknownst to you."
I think he was-
later.
and he ended up raising that
and his
child.
brother.
Right. That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
I think he was Real World Philly, if I'm not mistaken. It was
Yes,
either
it was Philly,
Real,
right.
Real
It was
World
Philly.
I used to love
because
Real
the
World.
cameras were following him around in
Real
the gay
World.
clubs in Philly.
Oh
and the
yes,
boys were running in
and that's
the
when
corner
he was dating a young Latino boy.
He's real
Was
world
he?
fine, honey.
He
I'm
was dating
sorry.
he was a young Latino guy while he was on the show. Baby, let me tell you, I was a diehard Real World fan. Real
I
World
never
Road
was a
Rules.
fan of that
I saw
show.
a couple of them. The one with Heather B on it. I know I'm
Oh, that
aging
was the
myself.
very
Anyway.
first one. That was
Right,
the
yeah,
original
that
with
was
Kevin
good.
and all of them.
Oh, yeah,
And that was the
Kevin.
New York cast.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah,
All
baby.
right, let's keep it moving. So the other big wedding, there's no other wedding, the royal wedding. I think I have an image of that.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
So black folks about to become British royalty again because
Well,
that
it's not
happened before.
It's not the first time.
That's
you know.
right, that's
it's
right.
not the first time. People think it's the first time, but Queen Charlotte was.
That's right.
Was
That's right.
black.
Now, but I want to congratulate. Now,
Yes.
who's going to watch? Is anyone going to watch it?
Actually, when is this? This Friday?
It's Saturday, I think.
Saturday.
Like 7
Saturday
a.m.
morning.
in the
He has a
morning.
5-hour show.
At
About
what time?
Lord, 5 hours
It's
of that.
7 a.m. I'll be just. I'm gonna have to figure that out because I do want to see it. I'm fascinated. by
Now,
it.
I think I had a picture of her and the mother. Yes, so that's her
Yes.
mother.
Her mother
Right.
looks good.
Mother
She's
does
gorgeous.
look good.
Her mother looks
Right.
good.
Gorgeous.
Right.
Did y'all hear about the father?
Yeah, we heard he was
He's
selling
not
the
coming.
pictures. I ain't mad at him.
Yeah,
I was
he
selling
was
pictures.
uninvited.
I last read where he was actually going to walk her down the aisle. Is that
No,
true?
he's not.
That's
He's
what-
not invited.
Okay.
He's been
They
taken off
started
the-
out. He was going to do it, and then he got
Hey,
invited
baby.
Because he was
Okay.
selling pictures, baby pictures, I guess, or something.
to the media.
To the big.
Yeah, oh baby.
What everyone else is cashing in, why can't he? Exactly.
Move over, let daddy have
I
some.
mean, right, where's my cut? Because if any of you divas become famous, I got pictures I'm selling. I just want y'all
Sell
to know.
them because
Now,
I'm gonna
you
tell a
ain't-
story before you get a
Mine's
chance
all,
to.
I'll give you a cut.
look, mine's all over Jack, child. It's all just gonna be up.
Okay, let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving.
a
But I would definitely give you a cut anyway. So that's a whole nother story. Okay. Well, we're gonna go to our music spotlight. So it's a special person, and I'm a jazz head, and Tony is too.
I'm a jazz head, too.
Michael is too.
I am
and,
too.
And,
I like
and
jazz.
Yarde likes great music. Period.
I love great music.
But Tony has turned me on to this artist. It's Cecile
amazing.
McLaurin Savant.
Yeah.
She's
Young
Haitian.
lady.
She's incredible.
Right, she's Haitian and French.
Haitian and
And
French.
so she sings in both. I think she was born in Miami.
Miami.
She is the next Ella, Sarah,
And
you
she-
name it.
And a few years back, she won the Thelonious Monk jazz vocalist competition.
Oh, wow.
She was the winner. Diane Reeves, Gladys Knight, Dee Dee Bridgewater were the judges, and Al Jarreau were the judges.
Oh, wow, and they selected her. I mean, she's amazing. She is the future of jazz music.
She's the future of
She
vocals.
really is.
I
Of
mean,
vocals, period. I
Just
mean,
listen, her placement is beyond belief, the way she places her
And
phrasing.
this tune doesn't really spotlight all of her her talents, her abilities, but she's a wonderful artist. So let's show it. So it's Wives and Lovers. It's a great tune.
Comb your hair, fix your makeup. Soon he will open the door. Don't think because there's a ring on your finger, you needn't try anymore. For wives should always be lovers to run to his arms the moment he comes home to you. I'm warning you day after day. There are girls at the office, and men will always be men. Don't send him off with your hair still in careless. You may not see him again. For wives should always be lovers to run to his arms the moment he comes home to you. He's almost here. Hey, little girl, better wear something pretty, something you'd wear to go to the city. Dim all the lights, pour the wine, start the music. Time to get ready for love. Time to get ready for love. Time to get ready for love.
Isn't she phenomenal?
Oh, all right.
And let me tell you something.
Gotta
If
go
you
see-
think that
gotta go
was
see that
great,
girl.
if you think that was great, you have got Tamisha. Google her singing "Poor Butterfly" or "La Vie en Rose."
La Vie en Rose. The
Both
English version. or
the English
French
version. The French version is amazing, but that English version, if you could believe it or not, is beyond belief. It's the best La Vie en Rose I've ever heard in my life.
Yo, she's a special artist. Tony turned me on to it. I can't stop
Yes,
listening
I
to
love
her.
her.
I
Her
can tell
vocals
you.
and her tonality is
It's her placement.
amazing.
It's what she
Cecile?
doesn't do.
Yeah.
Right.
It's what she doesn't do. She's
It's
not greedy.
Cecile McLaurin
Savant.
Savant. That's
And she's
S-A-L-V-A-N-T.
very particular how you say her last name. She says it's Savant.
So go check her YouTube page. You can see her singing all over the world. You know, there was some great footage of her singing with Wynton Marsalis and his jazz group.
Yeah.
I mean, she's just phenomenal.
They say
So,
she's the savior of jazz vocals.
I think so. Even though jazz is just doing just fine.
It's doing
great,
just
it's some great
fine.
folks singing. But we got our guests with us, so we don't want to neglect it. Come on,
please.
guest. Come
Hello.
on. Put that
Welcome,
mic-
Michael.
Michael
Thank you.
Beal, y'all. So
everyone.
Michael and Tony
You're
are good
welcome.
Judies. I just want y'all to know that.
We're better than good Judy.
Yeah, we are.
we have been best friends for what, 36, 7?
Ooh, but Michael, you're not even that old. You're
I'm not. We met when we were 2.
when you were 2.
I was 2. I'm not sure how old he was.
What, excuse me? Excuse me?
I was
I'm sorry.
actually 2 when we met, so it was like 37 years ago. That would be it.
Now,
Correct.
Tony, we met. And Michael, we met on the most recently on the what is it? I guess the ski trip.
The ski
Ebony
trip, yes,
Pyramid, right?
absolutely.
In which none of us went skiing.
I went
mind you.
skiing
Oh, you
every
did?
single day.
Did you?
Every single day
I
I
didn't even
went
know where the
skiing.
slopes
I
were.
love skiing. Yes.
Was y'all
Anyway.
skiing naked?
I know.
I don't know, but that's a
You
whole
don't get
other story.
frostbite in certain places, so
We'll talk
forget
about
that.
We're gonna talk about that ski trip some other time. But Michael, we wanted to bring Michael on the show. So Michael wears many hats.
Right.
He's an entrepreneur. He's a socialite. He's an arts fan. He's a philanthropist, I would imagine.
I am, too.
And,
He is
a
and he's very
philanthropist.
stylish. Look at this shirt, y'all.
Thank you.
I mean, he's
He's the most fashionable person I know.
the man
next to
around
me.
town.
Well, I was told that it was you guys had like a dress theme, so it was like Jamil,
muscle shirt.
Jamil, muscle shirt.
Yes. T-shirt,
Yarding.
not muscle shirt. The muscles
are on him. I'm sorry.
The shirt just fits.
The shirt
all that
fits.
silicone.
A fitted shirt. Yarding wears a baseball cap. Anthony's in the suit and tie. And so normally for business, I'm in a suit and tie. Anthony's like, you cannot wear a suit and tie. So I decided that I decided that I would come fashionably chic.
my look.
So I'm rocking Gucci tonight. So,
You rocking Gucci?
Oh.
Yes, you better sell it.
Y'all throwing out the labels, y'all.
Yeah, sell it.
That's what labels are for. The labels are not for human
The
beings.
ball
They're
show
for
was
clothes.
The ball show was last week, please.
It sure was. Right.
Judges.
Labels.
Right.
give me a 10.
I can't wait to chop somebody. To
And
be honest with
Tamisha
you.
Iman said, "Hello, Michael. Come on for 36 years."
All right, thank you.
Hello, Tamisha. So anyway, so Michael, you're an entrepreneur.
Yes.
I understand you have an not employment business.
A
What's the
staffing
word?
firm.
A staffing firm.
Yes.
Tell us about your work.
Well, I'm just going to give you my 30-second elevator spiel.
Okay.
So, MB Staffing Services is a results-oriented position.
Say it again, MB.
MB Staffing Services is a results-oriented position placement firm serving a full spectrum of industries and staffing needs. So basically, we help our clients hire the best professional talent. We help them to improve their recruiting and human resources, as well as to improve and increase their workforce productivity. And our service credo pretty much wraps it all. I mean, we've got staffing down to a science.
Gotcha.
So, yes.
Right. So it's not. So is that temporary employment, permanent employment, consulting? What?
Well, it's a good mix. We actually have temporary flexible, so that is just temporary. It could be one day or it could be long term. We have multi-year contracts. We also have direct placement. So, for instance, if a client is looking for a hard-to-fill position, they'll sort of outsource it to us, and we do all the legwork. We'll post ads. We'll recruit. And we do it nationally as well for those hard-to-fill positions. And direct placement is, and then you've introduced them to the candidates that you have for the specific job requirement. And then they interview. If they accept them, then they bring them on full time, and then you sort of get commission on a fee.
Sort of.
Well, you do. And then there's also temporary to hire, which is generally the person will they'll start a position with the intent. If they continue to perform well, then they'll go full time with the client. So that's direct placement. So it's multifaceted and multi-layered, but there's also long-term contracts. So it's a good mix.
And can you someone asked for your website? Please give us your website.
Oh yeah.
Sure. Well, our website is under construction right now.
Ooh,
So
underconstruction.com?
No.
So how can they reach
it's
you?
www.mb, M as in Mary, B as in baby, staffing.com.
Right.
So if folks are looking for jobs, I know I'm starting to look for a job because Swerv doesn't make enough money because y'all don't buy enough ads.
Well,
but that's another thing. So, I mean, should people go to your website? Will they see job openings? How does that work for you?
Well, generally, what we do is we post ads on varying job websites. So, for instance, we mainly use career builders. So they can go to www.careerbuilders.com, or they can go to ziprecruiter.com, look under MB Staffing, and then there are a myriad of positions that we're constantly recruiting for. So you should go there, click on our name, MB Staffing Services, and then just click on and see what job openings there are.
Okay.
What locations do you serve? Do you serve the entire nation?
He said national. He said
national.
national.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, basically, we recruit nationally, but we're a regionally based company, so we're in DC, the DMV area.
Okay.
So for all you folks trying to look for jobs in this area, you're trying to relocate from, Charlottesville, Virginia, somewhere that's not so conducive to your lifestyle, Michael might be able to help you find a
We
gig.
would love to do
And
that.
do you have any social media outlets?
Aren't you on Facebook?
We're well, I'm personally not on Facebook.
That was a setup.
That was a setup.
No, that was a setup.
That was a setup. But
we've
I
been
am going to get on
talking about
Facebook.
Michael not being
my
on
best
Facebook.
friend's going to get me on Facebook this
I'm
weekend.
going to get you on
promise
Facebook.
I'm going to do that.
Instagram, and then you're going to be the new queen of shameless plugs. You're going to put out of business.
Racine, that was for you.
Racine is gonna cut y'all.
Sorry, no offense, Racine.
So Michael, how'd you get in this line of business?
Well, it's kind of by accident. I actually started out as a temporary employee. And so when I tell my story, people are just sort of amazed because people just kind of think that, you're the owner of this company, you're the president or CEO, and that's been your total existence. Well, that's not it at all. I've done every single job there is in staffing. I started as a temporary employee, and I worked as a temporary employee for this one company. It's no longer in existence. I had nothing to do with that. And I was a temporary employee for about a year and a half, and then did well and interviewed for a recruiter's position, and I was offered that job and just sort of moved up in the ranks. I was a recruiter, I was an account manager, then I was a service manager, sales manager, branch manager, regional manager, and recently, before being laid off, I was a regional VP. And so that was sort of my introduction to staffing. And when I was laid off, I was just trying to figure oh God, what am I going to do? And I remember many of my clients calling me and saying, it was this constant echo of, coming in from the mountains saying, when are you going to start your own business? When are you going to start your own business? When are you going to start your own business? Because I had never been one of these people to ever think about starting my own business. I was a very loyal and very hardworking and very dedicated employee. And I was just going to be one of these people that saved, put my money in 401k.
Work for 30 years.
Work
and
for
then
30 years, get the gold watch and retire.
Get the golden watch.
That's going to be
said,
me moving to Florida.
Bye.
But that wasn't the plan that God had for me. So after hearing all this, I decided that I would start my own business.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And more of us should start our own business.
We should start our own business. Tamisha asks, can you find
jobs in Atlanta?
In Atlanta.
That's what it was.
In Atlanta.
At this point in time, we don't have any business in Atlanta.
But that could change, right?
That could change. That could change, yes.
So, and you made an important point about starting business, and everybody should start businesses. And I cannot tell you, because everybody knows Michael's my best friend, how many people have asked me, what do I need to do to start a business? What are the first 3 steps, the important steps to start?
Give Michael some money, and he can fill out your forms and instruct you.
Tamisha said it's time for you to expand.
I can give you direction. Thank you, Tanisha. That's what I'm trying to do. Tamisha, I'm sorry. This is what I'm trying to do.
Tamisha wants to open up the Atlanta office.
The first thing you should do, I always tell people when they ask me about starting a business, what's it like? And I just kind of have to refer back to the Matrix, the very first Matrix, when Neo was introduced, and they the red pill and the red pill, you know where I'm going.
I know exactly
the
where
red
you're
pill
going.
and the blue pill, and the red pill is you take it and your life will just go on being the same. You take the blue pill, it will never ever be the same. And entrepreneurship is like taking that blue pill or the red pill, whichever it was, but whatever that pill, the color of it is, you take it and your life is never ever the same.
Right.
And that you really have to love what you're doing. You have to be an expert at what you're doing it, because you will be doing it all the time for the rest of your existence. 24 hours a day. 7 days a week. You live, eat, sleep, and breathe.
That's right. It doesn't.
And
you don't punch out and go.
You don't
home.
punch out. You don't. And
It's yours.
You're never
It's your
allowed.
baby.
It's your baby, and you're never allowed to be tired. You're never allowed to give up. And so I always make that reference because it's so true. And you eat, sleep, breathe, live. And when people literally say blood, sweat, and tears, they really mean blood, sweat, and tears, because when you're starting a business, you need capital. And when you go to a bank, they actually send a nurse practitioner to your home to take samples.
They want to know that they're going to get their money back.
They want to make sure that you're not going to keel over in the next day or whatever. Right. So, you just have to remember that. And when you say blood, sweat, and tears, there are many sleepless nights. There are many times where you're tossing and turning. There are many times that you're crying, because of whatever has happened. And so people also kind of see the beauty of entrepreneurship. They may see you, taking a vacation, which
starting your day at 11 in the afternoon, right.
Things like that. But they really don't see the sleepless nights or the hard work or the determination and the drive that it takes.
Or the shocks coming for your business.
Absolutely,
That's right.
all the time coming for your business. So, you just have to kind of just really be mindful of that and know that, don't get caught up with, all the glitz and the glitter of entrepreneurship.
And
because,
the Gucci.
Right, and the Gucci too.
And the Gucci.
And the Gucci.
But, and I always say it always helps if you're doing something that you like. And so if you're going to be working as hard as you work, because it's yours and the buck will stop with you, you should be doing something that you're passionate about.
You absolutely should be doing something that you're passionate about because, again, you will be doing it all the time.
Well, my lovely sister asks, does your company help with training and development?
Hey, Jackie. Yes, we do help with training and development. So,
like what type of training?
Well, there's right now, we live in such, this very in IT society, social media, et cetera. So you really have to be. Most clients, when they call us, they are looking for experienced people. And so we really want to make sure that if you don't have skill sets, that we do have our trainings or development center that you can come in. It's totally voluntarily. You come in and you can train on these varying programs, software programs, et cetera. Yes.
You can teach me how to code?
Well, yeah.
So this is I have a question. So when you have a potential client or staff person who's applying for a job, and they make their way in. And when you interview them, do you filter them out? Do you decide this is somebody who I feel like we can mold, we can train, and this is somebody I can't? Or do you just take everybody and go, well, we're going to see what happens?
No, it's very calculated. We have to. The thing, we want to eliminate all risks for our clients. We want to make sure that we have individuals, who have good work ethic, good work integrity. We certainly want to have people with experience. And if you don't have the experience, we want you to have the drive. So those are things that we look for. And I have talent managers who are exceptional at that. I have to give a shout out to Juan and Jeff.
Hey, Juan and Jeff.
Because they're awesome. And so it's methodical. It's a process that you go through. You forward your resume, you're given a pre-screen, you're invited to come in, then you are interviewing, you're testing, you're completing your application, and based upon that, and we also check references. We always check our references. So your references have to be
impeccable.
I know a lot of people that falsify their degrees and stuff, and and I tell them, I say, they're going to check that.
Of course we check that.
Especially it's easy to check now.
It's easy to check now. It's just a matter of.
I would imagine you have to be really thorough vetting people coming in, because when they go out, they're representing your company.
They're representing us, and they're working with our
themselves
clients.
also.
Well, they're representing themselves.
But the client is the employer for you, right? Is that how that works?
Well, you have two co-clients, though.
Well, the thing of it is that they're our employees, and I really want our employees, MB staffing employees, to really understand that they are a very intricate part to the success of our business. And so they're employees. They're not temps, as people say. You are an employee of MB Staffing Services. You are an employee, and we want you to be very proud of that.
If I could say two, I'm sorry. If I could say two things, they are not temps, and I can tell you, I am a product of MB Staffing. Just recently.
So you can find me a gig.
Which, by the way, I do want to say,
I told you the story.
We just had this conversation last week, and I just want to say that it is an amazing story. And one day, I hope someday that you share the story so people can know. But I think it is absolutely amazing.
Right. It was a journey. It was a journey. I'll just this bit. I'll share this bit. It was a journey. It was a tough journey.
Right.
And then it opened up, and MB Staffing, and not because, and that's what I respect about Michael, not because we were best friends, because I was not treated. I was not given any preferential.
What?
I was put
no special treatment.
But and I didn't expect to be. But when the opportunity opened up, the question was asked, and my father's voice came in my head and said, "Say yes," and I said yes.
And you had to jump.
And I had to jump.
Yep.
And I'm in the position I'm in right now because of MB Staffing.
Okay.
They've been great. And second thing I want to say is, Tamisha made a really good point. She says she really thinks that Atlanta will be a great place for you to expand. Atlanta is a great market. You have mastered it in D.C. That means God
Atlanta
has
is
prepared you
so
for
crowded.
the journey. You are an overseer.
Oh,
Right.
well, thank you.
Overseer,
That's
that's
really
weird.
sweet to say that. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I wanted to go back a little, just about starting a business.
That's what I was giving.
Go ahead, ask me, and then
I wanted to ask you once you decided that this is what you was going to do, what was it like preparing yourself to approach for your first contract, and what was that like to land your first contract with a client and then begin? You see what I mean?
Yeah,
Those
absolutely.
things.
I'm going to just kind of go back a little further.
Okay.
What I did, there are amazing resources, and I think this is really good for the radio audience to understand that there are amazing resources here in this city, and I'm sure in every city. There's the Small Business Administration.
And
SBA is amazing,
and they've got LGBT programs.
And
you know that in every city.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But so you go to SBA.gov. And they have sample business plans, and you can go on the website and find a business plan that's pretty close to your type of business, and you can just kind of work through the business plan. There's also EBIC. Here there's SCORE, the senior
EBIC.
core.
How do you spell EBIC? What's that?
E-BIC.
Okay.
Okay, people, this is what you should be listening to.
EBIC. Definitely
go to the SBA in your area.
And they will. And I'm telling you, what's extremely helpful for me was the SBA SCORE, which is a senior core retired executives.
SCORE, yes.
And that's what I want to do when I retire.
That's very helpful.
I want to give back. And these have been entrepreneurs that have been extremely successful, and they're retired executives, and they come in and they work with young entrepreneurs, and to give you that proper footing. And it's amazing because I've worked with several of them during my process, and I just kind of remember, having this business plan. I think it's 7 or 8 parts, and you have a summary, then you have all these additional parts, and they really prepare you because you want to get capital, and so in order to get capital, you have to present this business plan to banks, and then banks kind of say yes or no. Fortunately for me, everything was a yes, so I was happy about that.
Great.
So it was meant to be, but. I just kind of remember my SCORE counselor sending me back 3 and 4 times to work on the financial piece. And I remember when I was starting my business, it was when DC had that hurricane. Literally, I was working in my home office at my desk during the hurricane. Like I was praying that the lights wouldn't go out. And I remember shortly after that, doing my financial piece, like 3 and 4 times over again, because he goes, it's not right. You're being a bit lofty, and pushing me. And I remember having the flu and literally having papers in my bed, and I'd wake up, from a quick nap with orange juice and hot tea, and the calculator would be making dents in my face. And I took my business plan, and I remember, and then I got approval from the bank. SCORE approved it. I got approval from the bank, and then they. And in my first year of business, I made the exact same amount of money that was in my business.
Oh, that's amazing. That rarely happens.
Like that rarely happens.
Right.
And then also there's the
hey Raheem.
There's Chamber of Commerce too. So there's the DC Chamber of Commerce, and they have an amazing business.
And every city has a Chamber of Commerce.
Every city has a Chamber of Commerce.
And there's a gay and lesbian Chamber of Commerce.
There's also Hispanic.
in every city, and a black Chamber of Commerce.
Yes,
right. Yeah.
Pan-Asian,
in most major cities.
And Michael, and you've been a little shy because I happen to know that you have won several small business awards.
Come on, call it out.
Right.
Give him his accolades.
So
not 1 or 2, but several.
Yes.
And not only and you are a part of the African American Museum.
Yes.
So he wears many hats. So he's not just successful from a business standpoint.
But these things, as a successful business owner, they have pointed you towards these other endeavors. So tell us about the African American. And I know I'm saying it incorrectly. Please correct me right here.
Yes.
The National Museum of African American History and Culture.
The museum that's so hard to get into in the District of Columbia.
Get you in.
And Michael can get you in.
Ooh, good to know.
Tamisha, when you come to DC,
I got a pass next
Michael
week
can get you in.
That I secured like 2 months ago. Okay.
And you're on the one of the societies at the Kennedy Center.
Yes.
Michael.
Part of everyone says I'm a socialite.
Can we
but I'm
drop
not.
your
These are
name
things
at the Kennedy Center and get bumped up? That's what I want to know.
If you're willing to pay for the seats, yes.
Yes, sell it.
But with the with being a 2015 Society member of the National Museum of African American History and Culture, it was by invitation, and so I was really honored.
Did y'all hear that?
By invitation.
Did you catch
And I'm
the
not saying that
shade?
to be a.
That means you have to.
We got 5 minutes. Did you catch the shade?
That
by
means you have
invitation?
to wear Gucci every day.
No, come on, wear Gucci.
That means you
have to
wear
wear
I got
Burberry,
you.
and you have to wear Prada. No,
I got you, Tamisha.
But he said you had to be selected. Okay, so tell us what you do. We got 5 minutes. I'm going to give you
as member of society, I mean, you're just like, it's almost like a board in a sense, and it means that you pretty much have contributed and made a financial support to the success of the museum, and that's kind of what. From the outside, it looks like it's been very successful. It's been extremely successful. I mean, I don't think that they even fathom like the success of the millions and millions of people that have visited the museum.
It is an experience.
It is an
experience to go to that place. And I didn't even finish. Like I have
yet to see it.
I mean, I still am planning to go back for second visit.
I got tickets 24th.
Okay.
At 1 o'clock, I got like 6 passes.
Definitely have to do that. But it is, if you are watching and you have not been to this particular museum, I don't want to get the name wrong. That's why I said it that way.
Say it again. National
Museum of African American History and Culture.
Hey, Miss Tiffany.
It is an experience, and shout out to Kevin E. Taylor, who is also
Kevin.
one of our regular writers.
And they're celebrating. Is this the 2nd anniversary?
Oh, don't get me started.
Or is this the
Probably,
first?
No, it's not the first.
This is second, right?
Yeah, September will be officially the 2nd.
And you had mentioned that there's a new exhibit. Is it an Oprah exhibit?
It is an Oprah exhibit. That's.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What do you mean Oprah exhibit? Like an exhibit of Oprah's life?
Well, no, it's an exhibit about her work.
Okay.
The Oprah Winfrey Show. So
when is that going to happen?
I'm not sure when, but I know that they're having a pre-opening party.
Okay.
Put us on the list.
I'm sorry, I can only bring one person.
Well,
and he's tapping my shoulder now.
You got another comment.
Anyway, we got 2 more minutes. So, Michael, what else are you involved in?
Let's see. Oh well, I mean, I like giving back, and so the thing of it is that with my company is a part of the passions that I have. I just kind of parlay into my company, and so we're big on historic preservation. So I'm a member of the National Trust for Historic Preservation. I'm big on arts and culture. That's why I'm a member of the John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts. And so part of that is we believe in young adult and children's education. And so what we do as a company, we provide partial scholarships each year to students. And we do this through my home church in Richmond. I'm originally from Richmond. And so,
but you're doing it here primarily, right? It's in the district, right?
Actually, that is in Richmond, but we're doing a lot of other philanthropic outreach in the city as well. Yes.
All right. So we're going to have to start wrapping up. But Michael, you've informed and educated us about the great work that you're doing. And once you get on social media, then everyone's going to go to your pages. So
everybody's going to.
And again, I know you said that the website is under construction, but I do want you to give the people your website.
Yes, give it to us.
Again.
We're going to go.
It's www.mbstaffing.com.
All right, folks. Well,
there you go.
We want to thank Michael for joining us. Thank you, Michael.
Oh, do I get a rainbow? No?
That's
No,
another
that's
show.
Jesus. Okay,
That's
Meryl.
another show. That's those two with the big bear in the back. Yeah. That's another show. But anyway, and I want to thank Tony Nelson for joining us and bringing Michael to us.
Come on now.
It was great.
Yes.
Thank you.
Great. And the one and only Your Day Noir.
Yes, I
And
want to
so-
say something really quickly.
Really quick.
I just want to say that for anybody who's watching, I hope that this show, if for no other reason, has inspired you to step out and take the jump. Tony took the jump, and he's sitting in a space that's absolutely amazing. That was provided by somebody else who decided to take a jump.
Okay.
To open up an opportunity, and just remember that old ways don't open new doors.
All right.
Can
Great message.
Can I say
Great.
one last thing?
Okay, Jacob's going to kill me. Jacob, okay, go ahead.
I love this. I read this on once in a card, and it's really simple, and it's been a good mantra. It's like leap, and the net will appear.
Yes.
All right. Yes. I'm still waiting on the net for Swerve, but that's a whole nother story, and that's a whole nother show.
It's here. This is it.
We want to thank you all for joining us, and DC Black Pride is next week.
Come on out, see me, Nat
We'll
Stadium.
see you, everybody. Tony's hosting everything under the sun.
Come on
We'll have
now.
a booth at the host hotel, and there are tons of things going on. There's so many things going on for Pride. I can't even work out my schedule. It's like a checkerboard or something. But anyway, we'll see you next week. Thanks for joining us. And
Gemini.
sign on and subscribe to our YouTube page, please. All right. Bye.
Listen vision. DC's #1 recording studio. Listen vision.